This is a healing journey. This is a sacred path, a path that leads us inward to dance the sacred dance. This is a healing journey. We walk it one by one, each woman and each man alone, to the sound of the distant clock.
Thank you, Ray. Oh, I just really welcome you all so very much. I'm just really glad you came. I'm so glad I came. I love teaching this. This is such a privilege for me to share this, what I feel is so very important. I think that the world needs some real good healing tools that we can all use, and you can depend on them to work. And these are simple, and they look like magic sometime, but they're scientific. They work, and our bodies produce the most profound medicine inside us already. It's energy, you know. Energy is the oldest, it's the best medicine there is. It's the safest, it's the most organic, it's free. It's free, and we need a medicine that's free. We need healing tools, because not only in the Western world is medicine skyrocketing, but I mean all over the world people need the tools to be able to heal themselves. And what I'm going to share with you is not new. This is not mine. This is, I know, the oldest medicine on earth. It is what kept your ancestors surviving. And this is the first profession. Yeah, absolutely. Because they had to heal one another in order to survive. So energy is, I believe, your most important resource. First of all, energy is all there is. It's all that you are. You are made up of constellations of energy systems, and they heal you and restore you and revitalize you. Another reason why I think it's so important, other than the fact that we've gotten so far away from some of our natural instinctual ways of healing, and it's stepping back in. It's stepping back into something that is yours. It is your birthright. Healing is your birthright. You carry it forth in your DNA. You know, you carry it forth from millions of years ago, from when your ancestors did heal one another. But there is another important reason, and that is that the world we live in today, we are not in harmony with anymore. So that it took us 2 million years to evolve to where we are. And that world ceased to exist about 100 years ago. So now your cells are absorbing not only your own stresses, but the pollutants in the air you breathe, or the additives in your food, the chemicals, the man-made electromagnetic energies. I mean, they say every square inch of the atmosphere is now taken up with electromagnetic energies or radiation. I mean, your body has to contend with that. You either have to adapt to that, or your cells die early and you age quicker. You know, it's like, this is not just about healing. This is about evolving your body, because we don't have another 2 million years to get it together in. We've got to start, priming that evolutionary pump and making our body be able to adapt to the world we live in today, because it isn't going to change. We don't get to go back to what is natural. But I want to tell you, It can happen. I know it happened to me. I had a practice for 23 years, and after a time, my practice got more and more known for revving people's energies up so that they could not only be healthy, but happy and just really effervescent and enjoy life so much more. And it works, and you can build some new habits into your body, new energy habits. And, I want to say that when I look around at you, I see people doing a lot of things that you may not know is instinctual healing, is your body trying to heal you. You're sitting there with your hands crossed right in between your knees. That actually balances the two sides of your body. And where your hands are on some points on small intestine meridian, which I will show you as the class goes on. I'll start picking different people. You have your hands right, your fingers right here. That's an energy that goes up your face, down all the way to your feet. So there are things that people do, and if you start noticing what your body is doing, it's a way to listen to what your body is trying to say to you. So I think it's really important to start really participating with your own healing. And in so doing, you can you can marshal all of the forces. You can marshal the life force, because that's what energy is. And you can get your energy back if you've lost it, or you can lift yourself up out of stress or despair, or take away your pain, or whatever it is that you need, you can have. And most people understand this a lot better if I start demonstrating it. And so maybe what I would like to have first is just to have somebody come up who has maybe never seen me before, or seen me on film, or seen it. Yeah, anybody? Okay. You were the first person to raise your hand. And so just dash on up. All right, get on this side of me. All right. Now, let's see. Hi, Mike. Okay. So many of you know muscle testing. I call it energy testing, not because muscle testing is a wrong way of saying it. It isn't. It's just that a long time ago, I really came to understand that we're not testing muscle strength. You're testing the energy and how it's flowing, and if it's going, and where it's stopping. And so that's what I mean when I say energy testing. So I'm going to energy test you, okay? And energy testing, I'd like to say also, is a great biofeedback tool to let you know what's going on in your body. It's great, okay? So I like to teach energy testing, especially in the beginning, because it's a way to start tapping in to your own inner hearing, and you get more and more sensitive. And all right, here we go. Mike, I'm going to energy test you, okay? Here, step right in front of me, okay? I'm going to put your arm up like this, and you push up. I push down, but keep your fingers not in a fist, okay? So you push up. He's very strong, okay? Do it again, just so everybody sees. He's very strong. Okay, now I'm going to do something. I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, okay? This is what I'm doing. I'm going to start down here at your feet. I'm not touching you at all. I'm going like this and ending up under your eyes. Now do the same thing again. I think I can do that with a couple of fingers. So what I did was, and every single person in here can do that, is you have healing in your hands. I've never met anybody in my whole life who couldn't heal, okay? You might have to turn that force on that's been dormant in you if you don't use it at all. But what I did, and again, every person in here can do it, is my hands have electromagnetics in them, so do yours. And if I align my energies with him, and I traced a meridian backwards, I traced a meridian backwards. This is tracing a meridian backwards. When you trace it backwards, it takes energy out of the flow. Okay? When you trace it forward, and all I have to do is be in his energy field, and it brings it back. Could you tell the difference? Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. This is David, my husband.
Thank you. So each meridian is an energy pathway. There's 14 major pathways in the body, and they flow in a particular direction. And so when you take your electromagnetic hands and go against that flow, it takes the energy away. And one of the misconceptions that many people have is the more energy, the better. But that's not always the case. There are times when you want to take the energy out because sometimes energy gets clogged, and that's the problem. And that's what causes an illness, is that the energy just gets clogged. So you take it out, and then you put it back in. And it's kind of like changing the oil in your car. So it really energizes you not only to put fresh energy in, but also to take stale energy out. And that's what you just saw demonstrated.
Now, what I would like is to have somebody come up who feels just a little tired tonight. Okay, all right. Great shawl. Okay, and your name is Ellen. Okay, Ellen, I'm just going to put your arm up in the same way. And now, everybody watch. I'm going to use one finger for Ellen. Push up with all your might. So Ellen is already wiped out. Okay, now what I want you to do is walk backwards. Okay? Keep walking. I'll tell you when to stop. Okay, stop. Okay, now put your arm up and push up. She's very strong going backwards. But now walk forward and put your arm up, one finger. She loses it. And that's what happens when you get tired. Suddenly you're going against your own flow. The meridians flip around and go backwards. Suddenly, and that's for your sake, so that you won't stay out there and push the river. But every time you get tired, your meridians flip around and go backwards, and then you get more and more exhausted. You also set yourself up for getting sicker or getting a cold or anything. You are not going to keep all your vitality. Now, if you have to stay out there, if you've got to come to a class like this and you're tired, I'm going to show you one of the things to do. Right here, if you find your collarbone right here, find the corners right here on your collarbone, and then drop into a little dip there. So for most people, they have a dip. I shouldn't say that everybody does. Some people don't have dips, and you're still okay. But massage it. You can massage this. You can also tap this, okay? These points are called K27, and they're the 27th point on kidney meridian. But what you want to do is really tap these hard and breathe deep. Now, some of you, I've noticed, are crossing your hands, and that's a great way to do. If that feels instinctually right, do it that way. This has a whole lot to do with what feels right. There's no absolute rules, okay? But these are great points. Now, we're going to see if Ellen can walk, okay? Okay, walk to me. Okay, now put your arm up. These K27 are junction points for all the meridians. It flips them around, so suddenly they're going forward again. So now, there are some other things that we might do for you, but that's the first thing. You want to flip your meridians around so that you're in alignment with the way the energies are flowing. Okay? All right, thank you. And I believe you can even walk backwards if you wanted to, but that's okay. You can.
But why would nature do that? Why would nature make it that when she walks backwards, she's strong? When she walks forward, she goes weak? It's a great example of how exquisitely we are designed, because nature had to figure out a way to communicate to you certain things. And energy is nature's language. In so many things about your body, this is a good example. When you are tired, nature would like you to stop and rest before you drop. Okay? So one of the ways to let you know that it's time to rest is that these meridians, which flow in a particular direction, as we were saying, start flowing in the opposite direction. And when they do that, the normal things that human beings have been doing forever, like walking, running, swimming, anything that has a cross-crawl sort of motion to it, when the meridians are going the correct direction, that is like massaging your energy body. It's good for you. It energizes you. It vitalizes you. It makes you feel good. But when your meridians are flowing backwards because you've reached a certain level of exhaustion, then you're going against stream. You're anatomically going in one direction and your energy is going the other direction. And so it's a clash. It wipes you out. It is nature's way of saying, take a rest. And for those of us that live according to our body clock, it's a great system. For those of us that happen to... Does anyone have that problem, that you live according to this clock instead of your body clock? It's a common problem, don't worry. Part of energy medicine is teaching you how to get your body and your body's energies into alignment with your lifestyle. And that is one of the... That's how simple it is working these points gets the energies going in the proper direction again. Does that mean that now you have a technique so you never have to sleep again? Sorry. But it does mean that you can get a much better alignment between what you do in your life and how your energies are in harmony with that.
You know, I want to say about that your body valiantly wants to be healed. It wants to be vital and alive. You're here on planet Earth, and your body really wants the energy to flow well. And I mean that most sincerely. It's your body's want, your higher wisdom. The energies in your body are brilliant, are intelligent, and that's why to do something like to either tap these points or massage them, it's like you are now participating with your own energy systems, and your energy begins to participate with you. For much of your life, your energies may have felt like they're doing it all alone. Here you are. You're staying out there when you're tired. You're eating foods with additives, whatever it is. But you can make your energy start working with you and build new habits so that you don't get tired. Like a lot of people get tired around 3 o'clock in the afternoon or something. You can change those habits. Another thing, when he was talking about cross-crawl, is have you ever taken a walk or done an exercise program where you should have gotten energy from it, but you didn't? You felt like you were just going to collapse? Well, that's because your energies were running backwards. But if you'd have done K27 first, suddenly your energies are really supporting you as you take a walk or run. 20 years ago, used to work with marathon runners to help them be able to extend their running. And this was one of the most important things was K27, because if they started off and their energies were already running backwards, they didn't have a chance. Okay, speaking of cross-crawl and crossing the energies over, does anybody here have a shoulder bag? Anybody willing to walk up here with your shoulder bag? Okay, all right, whoever. Okay, Patricia, hi. Well, this is a heavy shoulder bag. This would work without anything in it. What I'm about to show you, you'll just have to trust me. Okay, hold your arm up real strong. All right, she's nice, and she's very strong. Okay, put your shoulder bag on. Either arm, doesn't matter, okay? And just take 3 or 4 steps. Okay, take the shoulder bag off and put your arm up now, 1 finger. Shoulder bags wipe you out. Okay? They cut through the main meridian lines that come up on your shoulder, up your neck, and one of the things that can make your neck and your shoulders start getting tired, it cuts the energy lines. It also prevents, I don't know if anybody saw her, but you suddenly are holding one arm close to your body. You're not moving your arms in a cross-crawl fashion. Now, I wear a shoulder bag if I've got to wear a lot of stuff or carry a lot of stuff. But what I do when I get to my destination, and you're going to do it now, is just hit the opposite knee, or cross-crawl, and breathe.
You can do that right where you're sitting. You just do it right
Yeah,
where you're sitting.
everybody else do it too. Cross-crawl, hit your opposite knee, and breathe. One of the most important things is to keep your energies crossed over. Okay, now we're going to see what happens is she's got her energy back. So, if you, today, tonight, tomorrow, if you're wandering around and you're starting to feel, you don't even have to read your own energies. If you have a shoulder bag, when you get to your destination, do a cross crawl, okay? All right, thank you. Now toss that thing. Okay. Okay, all right. Okay, you're perfect. Come up. I picked her and she raised her hands too, so that's a perfect. All right. I'm going to show you something a little different. Is that Colleen or Colleen?
Colleen.
That's my middle name. All right, Colleen Shannon. Wow, Colleen Shannon. How Irish. Okay, hold your arm straight next to your body and don't let me pull out, okay? Hold it with all your might. Okay, nice and weak. Okay, now I want you to take a 3-finger notch here, okay? You all ought to find these points too on your body because it's worthwhile knowing. Right here, just drop a rib below your bra line, okay? Fellas. They may need some help if they're not sure where it is. And there are 2 places. One is right below the nipple, and you tap there, but a rib below the bra line. And breathe and tap. And notice, is there any tenderness there? If it's tender, nobody has to energy test you. You need it, okay? Okay, now I'm going to keep it up, and I'll tell you why. I'm getting chill bumps. And when you feel something shifting, and sometimes people don't feel it right away, it's like a sensitivity that builds. But I'm getting chill bumps, which means that I'm straightening out something that needs to be straightening out. Maybe it's the food I ate isn't metabolizing. This governs metabolizing. So it could be metabolizing the toxins in the air you're breathing, metabolizing the food you're eating, metabolizing thoughts that you can't get rid of out of your head, metabolizing something painful said to you. Whatever it is, this metabolizes. Okay, hold your arm now. Hold it, turn it this way. Okay, hold now. Wow, all right. All right, thank you. These are great points. Now, I will tell you, there are 2 ways you can do it. One is just about a rib below your bra line. The other is just take your fingers from that place and go to the side. These are acupuncture points. This is spleen meridian, by the way. And spleen meridian governs the pancreas as well as the spleen. So if you have any kind of blood sugar problems or anything like that, these are really, really good. Okay. Yes? Oh, all right, I guess I am. Come on down. Was I looking for a volunteer? She said. Well, I'm just going to start looking and seeing what people need. Come on up. All right. And you're Diane. Hi, Diane. All right. So I'm going to come on over here, face me. And I'm going to just put your arm straight up. Don't let me push down. She's real strong. By the way, I'm expecting, unless you've got something really going on in your body, like you're ill or you've gone through a lot of stress. If you're ill or have gone through a lot of stress, you might be weak when you come up here. I'm expecting you to all get a little bit stronger as the evening goes on as you're doing the points, okay? So now it becomes my job to find out what somebody needs. So I'm going to show you what you need, okay? So again, get that you're very strong. Only we don't want a fist, and I'll tell you why you don't want a fist. Because it isn't about muscle strength. It's about the energy flowing, and you just literally want it to keep flowing. So, let's see. All right, now I'm going to have you, you've got a great necklace on, pumpkins and things, but I'm going to move them a little bit here. And that's good. I'm going to take your fingers here, and I'm going to put them right over the thymus gland. It's a little bit higher, right there, okay? Right there. You just hold it, and I'm going to test you in the same way. And what that means is I can easily with a baby let's see. Yeah, baby finger, and it's not a strong finger. What that is this is the thymus gland. And the thymus gland is very important if you're going through stress or illness or anything that's taxing your body, mind, or spirit, okay? Because the thymus gland makes T cells and is real important in your immune system. And, everything, I'm going to say, I think everything that stands on two legs, but humans a lot of the time, but even we do this, tap our thymuses, Tarzan, but it's also, some people do, but tapping your thymus activates that energy in your thymus gland, and it's really, really important in your immune system. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to tap your thymus and breathe. Now, what is really interesting, I'm gonna look at you in a minute. Okay, let's see. Now put your fingers there again. All right. Now I'm gonna look. Can I look at your jewelry here? Okay. I'm gonna move everything but this around. And I'm going to put that right on your thymus. What I'm going to do is everybody saw she got strong from tapping. I'm going to just weaken it a little bit, okay? And put your fingers there and hold. Okay, now I'm going to put that piece of your jewelry right over it. Which one is it? This is the moon and the sun, okay? Sometimes you can wear a piece of jewelry that really gives energy to your thymus gland. If you've ever worn something that that feels good, you're probably right, because it really does give energy. Or have you ever worn something that you knew you had to get it off of you as quickly as you could? Does anybody know what I'm talking about? How that can, you just know you've got to get it off your body. It's probably right. Sometimes jewelry collects energy all over the place, and so sometimes it's just got a lot of toxic energy that if you feel that, but that one's a great one for you. Okay, thank you. And I'll talk to you later, okay? All right. All right, let's see. Somebody else come up, all right? Just anybody who wants to, come on up. Okay, hi, and you're Marty. Okay, Marty, let me see you. I'm just going to check you out. Okay, I'm going to show you something. Marty, you did this. You tapped, right. Sometimes, this is really important. If something doesn't work for you, you don't want to think, oh, it doesn't work for me. You want to think, whoa, something's in the way. I wonder what I can do to make it work for me. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, Marty. She's already tapped for spleen points. Now hold your arm real strong with your fingers down and don't let me pull out. She's just as nice and weak as can be, and she's already done this. So what you want to do is figure it out. I mean, it becomes a great sort of, a journey of discovery to figure your own body out. And, I wouldn't be in this work if everybody had the answer for me of what was wrong with my body and my health, and I had extreme health problems that I was really going down the tubes fast. And I've always thought, thank goodness that Western medicine gave up on me, because if they hadn't, I would have never started working and figuring it out. And my two daughters are sitting over there, and the truth is, probably the main thing was, I didn't want anybody else to raise my kids, and it was great incentive to start working on myself. But this is very interesting, because this is the meridian, spleen meridian, that I couldn't get strong on myself. And so I made it a real motivation, a real goal to get spleen meridian strong. And so what I discovered is that every meridian, there are 14 meridians in the body, okay? And they pair up with each other. And sometimes they act like a teeter-totter. When one is strong, the other one, it sucks the energy from its opposite force. And sometimes that gets set up. So I'm going to, with you, that's what happened to me. It didn't matter what I did to spleen. I had to pull the energy from the opposite meridian. The opposite meridian to spleen is triple warmer. Now, triple warmer is outrageously important in our lives because it probably plays more havoc in our lives than any other meridian. It is the meridian that governs the fight or flight response. Every time you get stressed out, that energy, it pours chemicals into your body to handle the stress. And then if you do not handle the stress, if you don't beat somebody up or run away, fight or flight, then you get more of those chemicals in your body. And that's part of the truth, the fact that we don't live in a world that we evolved for. We evolved for a world where triple warmer helped us get out of danger. Now our bodies don't know what is dangerous. It doesn't know. Not everybody in here will do well with electric lights. Not everybody, we're all different, and our bodies are trying to figure it out all the time. So triple warmer, when it gets overactivated in your body, it starts sucking energy from other places. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little energy from triple warmer and see if it gives something back to spleen, okay? Now what I want to tell you is I rarely meet anyone with a balanced triple warmer, because everybody's running on stress or handling things. We have so much to deal with in our world today. And again, as I said before, we also have to deal with the things that have nothing to do with us, about, all of the electromagnetics in the air, all of the radiations, all of the pollutants, all of our bodies have to deal with that too. So this is going to be good for you. So here, rub your hands together and shake them off. Now, flatten your temples right here. Flatten your fingers on your temples right here. And take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now, take another deep breath in and push your fingers in your head a little bit and up and above your ears. And on the out breath, take them around behind the ears, down the neck, and hang on your shoulders. And take another deep breath here. Now, there's no timetable of just how long you need to hold. Whatever feels good. But when you don't want to hold here anymore, push your fingers into your shoulders, drag them across the top, and drop them. And what that does, that's good for everybody in here, because it starts processing the chemicals faster. It gives the message to your body that you're safe. Again, our bodies don't know what's the danger anymore. Is it anything? Is it the rug because it has glue in it? Does your body get thrown off by that? I mean, we get thrown off by things and don't know what the hell threw it off. I mean, do you know what I mean? And so, all right, so now we're going to check on spleen again. And you hold your arm real strong with your fingers down and hold. So did everybody get what happened? She didn't do anything to spleen. She could work on spleen till doomsday. She didn't have enough juice there. So she pulled from its opposite force of triple warmer. Do you get it? Okay, good. Yeah. Oh, this is very interesting. She said, I have one question, though. I don't have a spleen. Yes, that could be a reason why. I mean, here is the thing, especially if you have an organ removed in your body, that meridian is often still in trouble. You have got to, one of the things, if I had my way, I would have somebody in every hospital after every operation, especially, putting the meridians back in alignment, because there is a shock to the system. These are the energy systems that have flown the way that they are flowing or circulating, however they're moving. They've been doing it for eons. And now, even if it's an operation to save your life, you need to get on board and help your energies balance out afterwards. So yes, so another thing, this is why Western medicine and energy medicine really need to walk hand in hand, and we are seeing it more and more, by the way. But to be balanced together, because every time you have an operation or get really sick, triple warmer turns on. And so sometimes that's why the patient dies, but the operation was a success. It's like triple warmer is now so OD'd, it's sucking from everything. Okay, so do that one a lot. That one's yours. Okay, thank you. Okay. All right. I've got, that's all right. You sit right here on the steps. You can be next. Okay. All right, let's see. What do I want to do with you? Tracy. All right, Tracy. Okay, I'm going to do something interesting with you, Tracy. Okay, hold your arm real strong and don't let me push down. Okay, turn to the side like this so that everybody can see. Now, she's very strong. You agree? Yeah. Very strong. I'm just going to slice right there. I'm not touching her. I'm slicing between the first and second and third knuckles. Now, what that's about is, what it looked like to me is that she has a very beautiful aura, but it was collapsed a little in on her. Now, it may be that you're just in a crowd of people that you don't know, and sometimes it'll do that for you. But I'm going to give you a tool, a wonderful way to get your aura out further, and if you ever want that tool, it's a good one to learn. There's something else. Why don't I use you for the same thing, because you are a little bit different than her, and I'm going to show you what yours is about. Okay, hold your arms real strong and don't let me pull. All right, now I'm going to show you. All right, instead with Tracy, her energies came to about there. No matter what, you want your aura to reach at least to the ends of your fingers, at least, so that you've got a field out like this. The truth is it can go further and further, and you tend to feel like you're owning your own space when it's really full. You know that sense of walking down the street and you feel great? Your aura is really pumping. And I always think of the aura as it's like it's an invisible spacesuit that allows you to be here on planet Earth. It protects you. It's a bridge to other people. It's if you have psychic awareness or anything and you pick up a vibe right through your aura about somebody else. But sometimes life can throw us curves. And if you've ever had that feeling of the energies, I mean, people can collapse in so far that you just don't want to be around other energy fields at all or anybody else because you're too sensitive now. You have no protection. Your field isn't out there. But sometimes when you're sick, by the way, and this is for your sake, the auras will collapse in on you to protect your organs inside. And it is a time not to be with other people. So there's a lot about auras, but these two I'm going to show totally different things on. Now, with Tracy, she's got this magnificent field, and we're just going to give her some more tools to take it out further. And with you, yeah, I'm going to show something. Okay, you hold your arm real strong. I'm going to come in on her field. Yeah. I mean, her field, she has space between her field and her body. And so you could really feel that, couldn't you? Yeah. It's like if you have space between your own body and your energy field, and different things in life will cause this, and some people are born this way. I'll tell you, I was born with I just had a space here, and my field could go out further and further and further, but suddenly it wasn't around me, so anything that was out there I could pick up. It would just come into my own field, and I'd get everything that everybody else had. So if you have this is a really good one. Okay, we're going to do this together. You get way over to the side of me. You get over there. Anybody else, now this is a little bit difficult, but you can sort of be in your seat and try to do it, even if you might not want to swing your arms completely out if anybody's on the side, though I don't mind you getting up and moving out a little bit. But you can assimilate this as, that's it, you turn to the side, that's it, okay. Here we go, we're going to rub our hands together and we're going to shake it off. Yeah, you're welcome to stand up and do this. Now put your hands on your thighs and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now you bring your hands together like this and rub them together hard. And now pull your hands apart, you might even feel it, if you can feel the energy a little bit between your hands. Don't worry if you don't know if you can or you can't, but sometimes you can feel it there. But now take a deep breath in and bring your hands up beside your ears. Now take a deep breath in and bring your elbows together. Go. And cross your arms and let your breath out and swing them out. Now cross them in front of your body again. Bend over. You can sit down if you want now. And swing them out. Now cross them in front of your ankles and let them go. And now this next time, cross them way down towards the floor and bring them out. Bend your knees just a little bit. Face your arms toward the front. Scoop up the energy and let it go down the front, sides, and back of your body. Okay, now I'm going to show you. Come over here, Nancy. Okay, now Nancy, this is one that you're going. The Celtic weave. The Celtic weave. Thank you. Now, if you find, like this, Nancy, this one is a really good one for you. If you have something chronic going on in your life, it means that your body has built up an energy habit, and you may want to change it, and you want to change that. But first, I'm just going to bring my hand up here again and see, and she didn't shake that time. So what it does is it starts weaving it close to your body, or it weaves it out farther. Thank you, Tracy. Nancy. Okay, hold your arm real strong. Okay, first we're going to go right here. Phew. I think I jumped the gun because I could see her energy goes out further. Now, I'm going to go out here, and now hold. I'm going to go Out here. We can just keep going. I mean, she's yeah. This is really valuable to know. Anyway, we could keep going. Thank you. Thank you.
So notice that we've introduced a second energy system. We were talking about meridians, the energy pathways that flow through the body. And now we're talking about a totally different system. Scientifically, it's called the biofield. It's measurable, the energy around the human body. But it's known traditionally as the aura. And as Donna was saying, it has two very different functions. One is that it is like a spacesuit to protect you from energies in the environment that are not in harmony with your own. The other thing it does is it connects you with energies that are in harmony with you. So if we look in each other's eyes and somebody could see our auras, they would see our auras were merging with each other. If we were angry at each other, our auras would be pulling back. And that's how it looks. There are people that have a kind of clairvoyance. It's a very special clairvoyance that they are able to see energy. And as you've been noticing, the way that Donna knows what to demonstrate on someone is because of what she sees. She's always been able to see that. And what she sees is 8 different energy systems. And the aura is one, the meridians are one, and part of what she has devoted her life to is teaching people who don't naturally see those energy systems to sensitize themselves to those systems and to learn methods so that you could take care of your energy body as well as you could if you did see them. Because if your energies are strong, your physical body patterns itself after your energy body. It's like the infrastructure. So you want to get so a quicker way to get healthy than any other way you can approach it is to get the energy body strong, get the energy body into a good flow. The physical body follows. So we've been introduced now to 2 systems, the meridians and the aura. And as we continue, there'll be more systems will be mentioned.
Thank you. You know, I want to say, I don't want anyone to think because I see energy, I can do this and you can't. First of all, I cannot tell you how often it is that when people start getting into energy, their sensory systems start getting stronger. And sometimes people begin to see or they have a knowing inside their body and they don't know why they know it, but they know it. These are all different ways of knowing energy. But what I really do like to do is teach people who can't even feel energy, how to know it anyway. And so I really want to say that it's not because I'm, quote, special that I see energy. It's just that I had a mother who never didn't talk about it. You know, my mother always talked about it because she saw energy, and I am very convinced that everybody here saw it when they were born. But we live in a culture that doesn't keep that alive. And if nobody talks to you about it in that first year of life, it goes dormant. It goes dormant. And I always want to say that it doesn't make me more spiritual or anything. I have a brother who is a real redneck, you know, and he sees energy. It's just, that's how we were raised. And we also live in a town, Ashland, Oregon, where I have gotten to see children who are now growing up, who when their parents were pregnant with them, I said, now listen, when this child is born, just keep talking about it. Doesn't matter if you see or not, just keep talking about it. And it is a really interesting thing to see kids. And the last time I was in town, a kid I used to know who was a big football player, 17 or 18-year-old, and he saw me coming down the street, and he said, blue, I see blue. You know, you just don't. So it is very, very possible to learn that. Okay. Now I want to, how about, here's who I want. I want somebody who maybe not sick or anything like that, but maybe you've come in here and you have a real hard time following me. You have a hard time not checking out, or you have a hard time not holding on to anything I'm saying. Okay, good. Come on up. It's just an energy thing. Yeah. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Let's see. I need, yes, Vicki, the book. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to lay this down for a minute, and I'm going to test you, Peter. Okay? Hold your arm real strong, and don't. He's really strong. Now, what I want you to do, Peter, is you can put your arm down, and I just want you to pick anywhere in the book, anywhere you want, and just start reading. Hold it with that hand, and I'm going to test you. Or unless you want to, it doesn't matter which arm. Okay, just read out loud.
Tapping the area over the bismuth land is a simple technique.
Try it again.
Stimulate all your energies, boost your immune system.
Okay, try this. Go, let's see, is this where you were? Let's see, go.
Glasses,
Okay.
see it.
Oh, let's,
That would help.
okay, now we're going to see if glasses help him. Okay.
Well, that's what I see when reading.
Okay, now read it again. Okay.
Stimulate all your energies.
Okay, now I want you to go across the page the other way. Lose, they, demonstration A, okay?
Lose, they, demonstrate, a, during, when, bewilder.
So he's very good reading the other way across the page. He loses his energy when he reads in a normal fashion. Now, the test is reading, but one of the ways you get information is that you just can't stay with somebody talking, or you're checking out all the time, or if you're reading a book at night and you just say, what did that say on that last page? You know that experience? Or if you get, if in other circumstances, if you get overwhelmed in your life about different things and you can't think and you don't, David talks about how this happens to me sometimes, and I go to the refrigerator and open the door and I'm looking for my shoes. This
And
is.
she finds them sometimes because of the last time.
It's like nothing is computing and you can't quite get in a flow and there's an overwhelm. What I call this is the energy has gotten very scrambled. It's no longer in just a flow. And so you're going against the flow. Not, who was it that walked backwards and got strength but walked forward and lost it? Well, he not only has that going on, but he's also got it in from left to right hemisphere. He can't read from left to right without losing his energy. So your left hemisphere can't hang in there and get it. It's almost impossible to learn something new when you've got this going on. So we're going to fix you. Okay, no, we haven't fixed you yet.
We haven't fixed that. Cured.
That was good. Here's what we're going to do. David, would you like to do this?
Sure.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to test a few people here in the front row while he reads to you normally, okay? And first, David's going to energy test several of you just to see where your strength is right now.
So we're going to test you, and when someone energy tests you, you want to give them an arm that is not injured or in any way strained so that you really get a good test and also you don't hurt yourself further. And when someone tests, you push up, they're going to push down. So I'm going to put my two fingers right this side of your wrist and push down, you push up. And we'll just do a baseline before we do the experiment, okay? So, nice and strong. Very strong. Very strong. Strong. Good.
Gosh, all right.
Okay, everybody's
They're
very
strong. So
Great.
now what we're going to do is you're going to stand there and read to them out loud so that they can hear you. Doesn't matter.
Okay, you're going to do the same thing.
This technique can help you if you are feeling bombarded by negative energy, catching a cold, fighting an infection, or if your immune system is otherwise challenged. Your gland is located about 2 inches below your K12 points in the center of your chest.
You stayed a little bit strong though, didn't you? Did she? No, they all went?
A little bit. Yeah,
a little bit. You stayed a little bit strong. But anyway, you wiped them out.
I'm sorry.
All right, what that's about is when our energies are scrambled, we put out scrambled energy. And this is so true in school systems. Kids who are trying to learn in the classroom. I used to do a lot of volunteer work in school systems because often, yes, it might be the kid all scrambled, but it might be the teacher scrambling them. And the teacher's wondering why they're not learning. So, here's what we're going to do. You're going to sit there. Pull that chair up next to me. And you can put the book down. All right. All right. Now I've got a skirt on, but it'll work anyway. Let's see. All right. What we're going to do, everybody else do this, but not you guys. You who were tested, just sit there. Okay. Put your right foot over your left knee. Okay? Take your left hand. Okay, right. Want me to say that again? Right foot over your left knee. Okay, left hand around your ankle. And I will show you, if this is difficult for anybody, I will show you an easier way after this, okay? Right hand around the ball of your feet and your toes. Now, you're going to take a deep breath in and kind of pull your legs up to your body. You can go in through your nose and out through your mouth. So in through your nose, with the tongue on the roof of your mouth, and out through your mouth. Okay, about 3 more times. You really lift your body up as you do it, okay? Was that 3 more times? Okay, put your legs down and put your left over your right. And put your right hand around your ankle. Right hand around your ankle. Left hand, that's a scramble. Left hand around the bottom of your feet and your toes. And do the same breathing. Did somebody say something? No. One more time. Okay, put your legs down and put your fingers together like this. Put your thumbs up to your third eye and do the same breathing. Okay. Oh, let's do this. When you bend your fingers into your forehead just a little bit. Push your fingers in and drag them across the forehead to your temples and let them go. Okay, now we're going to see if you can read without wiping everybody out. All right. All right, you can stand, sit, doesn't matter. I'm going to test you, and David's going to go down and test him first. Okay, you pick any old page, doesn't matter. Let me have your arm.
The ancient maps of the meridian system correspond with what I see when I look at the body.
Okay, now keep reading. Put your arm down, but keep reading.
Radioactive isotopes injected into the acupuncture points have, however, now demonstrated the existence of a system of fine duct-like tubules.
Yes, you healed them that time. Stay here a minute. You know, that's really, I don't know, did anybody hear his voice was different and everything? I've had several people tell me that they added this with any kind of voice work they needed to do because their voice got so much more flowing and easy and, right? Thank you. You're very welcome, Peter. Now, don't you dare go to sleep. Okay.
So we live in a theater town, Ashland, Oregon, and we're on the road so much that we're not really there a great deal. But when we were there, often when there was a play that had reached the stage of dress rehearsals and the director was a little nervous about how it was going, they'd bring Donna in and teach the cast these methods because the energy that goes on inside of your body affects other people. And so they would get the energy in their own bodies going in such a manner that it would feel good to the audience to be in their presence. So even if it was a lousy script, they'd think it was a good play. And in Ashland, it's usually a great script, so it was a winner. But this illustrates another principle that I want to underline because you are getting, through these samplings, exposed to a number of principles about energy. The first one that you saw is that the energies in your body move according to specific pathways called meridians. And the first principle is energy wants to move. It doesn't want to stay stagnant and stuck. The second is it wants to move in a particular direction. The meridians flow in a particular direction. A third thing that you saw just now was that not only do your energies make you feel better or worse, your energies also impact another person's energies. And that's where we got into the aura also. The aura is impacted by the way that there are crossovers. So you noticed in the exercise for strengthening the aura, which helped both of the women up here, Nancy and Tracy both, even though they had very different situations, crossing over. It was the crossover motion that was really helping the aura get stronger. So we've learned a little bit about the aura as a system, and we've learned a little bit about the meridians as a system.
I promise to show another way if that was too hard for your body. And I want to tell you that you probably have seen this before. Have you ever seen children? Let's see. Put your left hand out in front of you. And take your right hand, cross it over the wrist. Clasp your fingers together and do this. And if you breathe in the same way, with your tongue on the roof of your mouth as you breathe in and the tongue on the bottom as you breathe out, it begins to unscramble you in the same way. Okay? This is something that you'll often see children doing. It's like they don't know, they're simply closer to their instincts, that they know that they will stay unscrambled. And there's so many reasons a child could get scrambled with just trying to learn new things or with everybody else bigger than them. And so this is really, really, really valuable. And I'll tell you, if I had to choose one thing, well, I can't choose one thing. But that one is incredibly important for me. And I don't have to do it as much as I once did. But there was a time when my fields scrambled so much and I couldn't get well until I could get out of us. If your fields are scrambled, the information isn't going to reach where it needs to reach in your body. So that's a really good one.
So in its longer version, it's called the Wayne Cook posture. And its shorter version, it's called the shorter version of the Wayne Cook posture.
Okay.
And you can also, when you're doing this, just cross your ankles. That will also enhance it.
Let's see. I want to show you something. Let me show something on you, okay? I'm going to show this is good for everybody at different times. But if you've got anything neurological going on or anything like that, it becomes really, really valuable. So I'm going to test this arm, okay, Peter? You hold your arm real strong and don't. You're very strong. Now everybody see he's very strong, but I'm going to come along and smash his nose, okay? I'm going to go. Mwah. Okay. Now I'm going to test you again, and you'll. Now, I could do that to probably 2/3 of you in here would lose your energy on that, okay? So it's good for everybody, but again, if you've got anything going on, like it's really good for people with seizures, it's good for people if you're going to faint, anything like that, but also if you just start feeling disconnected. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to put your belly, your thumb in or your middle finger in your belly button. Can this one go there? You put that one there and this one up to your third eye. Okay, just like this. And make sure you breathe. And notice if it feels good. Notice if you find yourself taking a deep breath. All right, this is one of the first things. Now watch, I'm going to smash you again. Boing. Okay, and hold. What it does, this is what I call a hookup, because you've got a meridian that runs up the front of the body called central meridian, and a meridian that goes up the back called governing meridian. It goes right up your spine. And what you want is to have that energy stay connected all the time. And it connects at the back of the throat. But many, many people, how about somebody here, and I'm going to let you go sit down, okay? I'm going to talk to you again before this class is over and give you some specific little tools for you. But that one I want you to have absolutely, okay?
I won't smash your nose.
Okay, and what the smashing of the nose is all about is, how about somebody who says, well, I did that, but nothing happened. I don't feel any different. And, you're in pretty good shape. Anybody? Did everybody feel? Okay, great. Come on. Okay. Now, what the smashing of the nose is all about is this. We have this energy that runs up the back of the spine like this and over the head, comes over the nose to the top lip, and then hooks up with this other energy that comes up the front of the body. Now, I'm going to smash let's see if you're strong first, okay? Hold your arm real strong. Oh, that's okay. All right, you're strong. I'm going to smash your nose. Boing. Okay, and hold your one finger. Okay, so what you want to do is, I don't think she hooked up. What happens is you want to hold it long enough till you find you involuntarily take a breath. That's what happens. I automatically do it. It just happens so quickly. Okay, now pull them both up. Put it right in your belly button. Okay, pull it up and then up. Come here, Vicki. I want you to tell a story, because this just recently happened to her, and I tell people this works, and I love that she had this experience. Now, you don't have a microphone.
No, you.
Oh, you do? Good. Okay, first we're going to check you and see. Boing. Now hold. All right, you want to keep those hooked up. Okay. And okay, thank you. All right. What's your name again? Deandra? That's pretty. Thank you, Deandra. Okay.
Okay, what Donna wants me to tell you about is an experience I had on an airplane. I have been studying with Donna for quite a while, and I have a practice here in the area. And I was traveling, as I do a lot with her, and over the loudspeaker in the airplane came an announcement, are there any medical personnel on the airplane? One of our travelers is in trouble. And my husband looked at me and I'm like, no, let someone else handle it. So 3 or 4 minutes later, the same announcement. Are there any medical personnel? We need a doctor. We need somebody. One of the travelers is in trouble. So I got up and I said, well, I practice a form of medicine. What's the problem? And they said, well, one of the travelers is having a seizure. And it was the very last row of the plane. So I go back there, and there's a nurse there. And I said, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to do something called a hookup. And I leaned over the guy, and I put my finger in his navel, and I put my other finger on his, right between his eyebrows, and I hooked him up. And I had her do a back hookup, and he came out of his seizure in 15 seconds. And then I had to explain why a strange woman had her finger in his navel, but at least he came out of his seizure and he was fine.
Yeah.
Totally fine. This really, really works.
You said he was foaming at the mouth.
He was having such a severe seizure, he was actually foaming. And he walked off that plane himself.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. It is amazing. Thank you, Vicki. Thank you for having the courage to do it. You know? We get emails all the time from people who found that something worked, and they're saying, oh my God, I did this in this situation, and found that they were either helped themselves or somebody else. And it is wonderful to know, because I really do feel that these are things that have been in all cultures, and the things that survive are things that really, really work. Now, it may look different to you, but if you've ever seen a kid go like this a lot, you know, rubbing his nose because his nose itches, I think that's nature's way of, making your nose itch so that you will force that energy to keep coming down. This is just another way. If a child keeps that energy hooked up, they will also grow straighter. Everything works better if you stay hooked up. A lot of people tell me they start their day that way. Before they climb out of bed, they'll do a couple of really strong stretches and then hook themselves up so that everything is going strong, so their meridians are hooked up. So everything is hooked up. It also activates another system of energy called radiant circuits or strange flows. And those are energies that will move to wherever they need to go. And many, many people in our culture don't have those circuits really working very well, because triple warmer sits in that field and pulls the energy. And you won't be as happy, you won't be as alive, you won't be as involved in life if those energies aren't hooked up. So just a hookup will begin to help you. Okay? All right. Where's Julia? There is an energy system that's really, really valuable to know about and work with, and we will do more of it tomorrow. But, okay, Julia, I'm just going to test you, and you hold your arm real strong, okay? She's nice and strong. Now I'm going to touch her. I'm just going to touch her in several places. One is right here on her shoulders where her bra strap is, and one finger. It cuts into her shoulder so much that it cuts the supply off. But there's another place that's equally as important. You don't mind if okay. I'm just showing you. I'm going to touch right under her breast and watch. She has an underwire bra on. An underwire bra on. Now, what I would prefer to do is ask everybody who has an underwire bra on to just go take it off in the bathroom right now. But what it is underneath our breasts, right where the wire is, or if you've got a really tight bra, it also can affect you this way, but a wire affects you the worst, is right underneath the wire are points called neural lymphatic reflexes. And they're so important because they help the lymph move in the body, which carries the toxins out of the body, which is really an important part of staying healthy. And with them right underneath your breasts, if they're clogged, if you're wearing an underwire bra, then the toxins up here in your breast, your chest, your heart can't move out. They'll start building up in here. So I'm going to touch it on this side. Okay, now I'm going to massage you there. Okay, right where the wire is. Yeah, sorry. It tends to hurt a little bit, you know. Everybody ought to just reach under on yourself and notice, do you have any tenderness there? But if you're going to wear a wire, you want to massage those points at night. Okay, let's see now. All right. I'd get it a little bit stronger there. Okay. Again, they hurt if you need it. They don't hurt if you don't need it. So they're really important. Okay. Okay. Thank you. So what you want to do at night when you take your bra off, in fact, everybody go on the side. If you have been building up toxins, it will hurt also right here on the side if you push your thumb in.
This is for men and women.
It's for men and women.
We have not only an epidemic of breast cancer, we have lung disease, we have heart disease. That's all fed by this area, this part of the body. So you want to have the energy flowing in this part of your body, and that's one of the ways to get it flowing is to work these points. They're called neurolymphatic reflex points. They have to do with the lymph system, and the lymph system is one of the two liquid systems in your body. There's the blood system and the lymph, and the blood system has a pump. It's got the heart pumping the blood through your body. The lymph system doesn't have a pump. The way it gets things moving is because any kind of exercise, anything you do that moves your body does tend to pump the lymph through, but if it keeps getting stuck, it won't pump through as much, and that's where the massage really gets it moving. I used to wonder why Donna taught neurolymphatic points. I would think, isn't that massage? Is that really energy medicine? Well, it's both, because if the lymph is stuck, the energy gets stuck there. So it's a way to get the energy moving through. The lymph system is so important because it removes toxins from your body. It removes physical toxins and it removes energetic toxins. So keeping that clean is one of the best ways to keep your body clean. And there's points all over your body that you can work with. And one of the ways to find them is just find where you're sore, because they are sore because there is a blockage there, and it's needing work.
Can I pick somebody, just anybody that I want, who I see? How about you? Want to come up? All right, come over here, stand over here, turn this way. Now, Ellen, what I want you to do is just put your leg up like that and hold it up real strong. Okay, and you held it. Did you hold it? Okay. Now, let me see on this side, too. Okay, now what we're going to do is we're going to massage down the side of your leg. If everybody wants to take their own thumbs or fingers and go down the side of your legs and just right where the seam line would be, notice if you hurt. Notice if you hurt. It is just right from the hip. Okay, and now put your leg up. What it does is it opens up.
Notice the instant result, the instant response.
Yeah, and that's really important for your large intestine. So this is really good for your large intestine, but it makes the energy start flowing. So, okay? Thank you. Okay. Okay, let me get a... All right, how about somebody from the back? Does somebody from the back want to come? Just one of you, come on up. Hi. Okay, let me see. You're Kathy. Hi, Kathy. Come on over here so I'm gonna put your arm up. You hold real strong and
This
don't.
arm is not as strong as my other one.
It does. Okay. Since it's energy, it wouldn't matter. Okay. But that's all right. Okay. I'll use this arm. I mean, you're going to see it's about energy. I'm not testing the muscle. So you can see that it's, okay? But if you ever worry that I'm going to hurt you, then just give me your other arm. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm looking at Kathy, and I'm just going to put my finger right here on the top of her head. You hold real strong, and I'm using one finger. I'm going to just come up a little bit closer, just all the way across the head. Okay, this happens to a lot of us, okay? Your energy either gets clogged up in your head or the hemispheres of the brain don't cross over, and you can sit in a muddle, or you can't think clearly, or all sorts of things. But everybody do this. Bend your fingers like this and put it right here in the center, okay? Center of the forehead. Push in and pull across to the temples. Now come to the hairline and do the same thing. Push in and pull apart. Then keep going across the top of the head. Push in hard and pull apart. And just keep traveling. And notice, does it feel good? Push in and pull apart. If it feels good, you need it, okay? Push in and pull apart. And keep doing it in the back of the head. Push in and pull apart. Push in and pull apart. And then go to your neck and push in and pull towards the sides of your neck. And keep doing that till you get to your shoulders and hold. Now take a deep breath in. Just drag your fingers, push your fingers into your shoulders, drag them across the front, and drop them. Okay, now we're going to check you out again. Hold. All right. But there's a little bit of weakness right there. See, I'm going to go. All right. That's good, though. But you can see how quickly you can move that energy that gets clogged in your head. And if it does several things. It not only makes you feel better. A lot of people have told me that they were headache prone, that they quit getting headaches because it just seemed to, the energy kept moving through the head. It also pumps up cerebrospinal fluid, which is really, really important. And that's the fluid that comes up your spine and kind of washes out your skull and your brain, and it's really good. Thank you. While we're on the subject of the head, does anybody out there have any difficulty with their memories? Okay, how about you? This one is actually good to do right after we just did the crown pull. That's what that was called, the crown pull. And, okay, hi, and you're Kathy. Okay, hold your arm real strong, Kathy. All right, she's nice and strong. Now, I'm going to tap her on the suture line over here and hold with all your might. Okay, I'm going to tap on this suture line. Have you ever seen a picture of a skull and there's cracks that it looks on the skull? That's where I'm tapping. Okay, and what that means is she probably could really improve her memory a lot because it's not pumping up cerebrospinal fluid. You need to get cerebrospinal fluid up into your head, and it carries oxygen up into your head, and it creates the circulation, and it literally creates a figure eight energy between your right and left hemisphere, and also down your spine. Now, you don't have to sit down to do this, but I will, and you can stand up and just have the chair in back of you in case you feel a little bit lightheaded. It's happened to me a very few times, but the first time it ever happened to me, I was literally saying, now nothing I ever teach you can possibly harm you, and she passed out, dead away. And it's happened to me once. I mean, if your cerebrospinal fluid is down low in your spine, it can rush. and you go, whoa, and you go out, okay? So just in case, it's maybe better to do this one sitting down. So whatever you want, you can sit down or, okay. So, all right. We're going to rub our hands together and shake them off. And put one hand right here in the middle of your chest, one hand right here on the side. Take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Do that at least 3 times. Let's do it 4 times because you need that. Put your hand right here in the center of your forehead with your fingers going up over the top of your head and do the same breathing. One more time. Now switch hands and put one hand here and one hand on the side and do the same breathing. This is good for you. And then one hand on the back of your head that goes up over the top. One more time. All right. Now, I'm going to check you out, okay? You want to stand up? Okay. Hold your arm real strong, and I'm going to tap right here on your suture line. All right. And what that means is she's pulling up cerebrospinal fluid, she's pulling up oxygen, it makes the blood circulate more, and the energy move. Thank you. You know, I'll tell you, okay, thank you. Okay. I'll tell you a great story. I'll make it short. But many years ago, I worked with senior citizens. I thought they were going to be senior citizens. I thought they were going to be people who had just retired, and that was the group I was going to see. But they were 27 people from, it was 84 or 87 to 104. And so, I learned so much on them. For one thing, most of them, all but one, fell asleep on me while I was trying to teach. So I really learned a lot. But one of the things that was really incredible is several people who had been considered either senile or with Alzheimer's did not have that at all. They just make assumptions because there's, it's hard to figure it out, and they didn't have it, and their memory started coming back. And one woman who never talked began talking again. So it was. I know that exercise had a lot to do with getting the energy up into the head and making them more present. I'm going to do one more thing on the head before I leave. How about anybody out there? Okay, come on up. And your name is Miriam. Okay, Miriam. Miriam, I'm going to test you, okay? You hold your arm real strong and don't let me push down. Push. All right. Now think of something that bothers you. Don't tell us what it is. Just bring it to mind. You got it. That's how quick. In fact, try to hold your arm. And now that you've brought it to mind, just try to hold. That's how quick stress hits the body. It's instant, it's automatic. None of us are meant to be able to think about what's going on and figure out our problems. We are still as we were millions of years ago when we had to get away from the dinosaur. I guess we weren't, he let me know dinosaurs weren't around when humans were, but when we had to get away from the saber-toothed tiger or beat up that guy who's trying to take us into the cave. Well, it's like we're still in the same way. So when danger hits, blood leaves your forebrain. lots of blood if it's a bad stress. So the blood leaves your forebrain, goes into the body for you to be strong and stay solid, and the blood goes also eventually into your arms. If it's something that frightens you, you get white-faced and you just lose the blood, but it goes into your legs so you can run away. So this is such a wonderful thing to know that I'm going to tell you, because it can change your life if you have a lot of stress in your life. If you could do it at night just as a practice, but if you're really going through something heavy, this is a wonderful thing to do. So I'm just going to show you. What I want you to do, Miriam, is think about your stress, okay? And I'm going to hold your points. And they're just right here on the forehead, above the eyes. Most people have a little lump there. The forehead comes out a little bit, but for some people it doesn't happen. Now, what I want Miriam to do is to really drop into the misery of it, okay?
You're holding it very lightly. This is not
a
massage.
light touch.
Light touch.
And what you do, this can take a long time or a short amount of time. It just depends on how long the blood hasn't been or how long you've been in stress. So you keep having the blood go into your body and you're not able to handle the stress, and it keeps coming back up. So what I usually do is wait until I feel pulses or feel a heavy energy underneath my fingers. And Miriam, we're just going to keep holding for a while. Okay, I can tell you what I can feel. This isn't the ideal is to pick up pulses, and it's the pulsing of the capillary beds. But we don't want to be up here all evening, and I can feel a difference. There's a buzzing, there's a thickness that I can feel. But I want to give you the homework of doing it at home. Get in the bathtub, that's the best way, and hold your own points. But now think of that same stress, okay? And hold your arms strong. What happens is you can retrain your body not to freak out so under stress. And then you will be prevented from getting that stress-related illness. This is so valuable to know, and it's so simple. I often put my thumbs in my temples and my fingers on the foreheads like this. That's a really good way for me, because these, where your thumbs are, these are triple warmer points. And these are just main points that hit everything in the body. Sometimes, if I'm really stressed, I'll find that I cross my fingers over, because my energy tends not to cross over if I get very, very stressed. So if you can't get the blood up into your forebrain, cross over, and the likelihood is that you will. Okay? And a great way to do it is when you're welcome. Thank you, Miriam. It's a great one. I really want to push that. I'm a pusher here. Okay? Thank you. I'll tell a little something on my oldest daughter, Tanya, over here. She's a couple of years ago. Two things. She was concerned that she didn't have strong memories about her childhood when she was really young. So, and you can think, I wonder if something happened or what went on. But she went to bed at night and started holding them each night. And she started having memories. And some of them were wonderful memories, that because if you get too much stress going on in your body, that there is no priority for remembering the good memories. The priority is to stay out of danger. So it doesn't bring up the good memories as easy. And the other thing that happened to her is she started remembering her dreams. Is that right, Tanya? Yeah. So you'd be really surprised if you just experiment with holding these points. And the next time a friend of yours that you've known her or his story for a long time, you've heard the same story over and over. Lay them down and hold their points while they think about it. And what'll happen is they will lift up out of it, and you will really help them. It's really, really good. Okay, how about somebody who feels, maybe that you feel a little disconnected in your own body? Okay, come on up. You're holding the neurovascular points. You know, what I was trying to think of is there is a name that children often use now, and there's a whole educational program on working with energy systems, which is
Educate or Brain Gym.
Brain Gym or Educate, and they give it all these children's names. But basically, these are neurovascular points. Okay, all right. Your name is Tommy Lynn. Hi, Tommy Lynn. You hold your arm real strong and don't let me push down. All right. Now, anybody testing her would say, no, you're wrong. You're strong, because she's strong. But something's going on. She says she feels disconnected. I'm going to show you something. It's very easy for those of you who already do energy testing to test if something's off where the energy isn't flowing between either systems or through joints or making a connect, okay? So I'm going to just lay my finger on the side of her neck, and I'm going to use one finger, and you try to hold your arm up. Okay? Now I'm going to test over here. I'm going to touch her elbow, and you hold, and one finger. I'm going to touch at her wrist. I'm going to touch at her waist. So to test at the joints, you can find out, it shouldn't be that a person loses their energy when you just touch and lay your hand on their joints. The one that wasn't a joint was the neck, but it is a place where energy gets really clogged. Now, to show you that that's not true about other places, I can touch her on her chest, and she's strong. I can test her on her head. She's strong. It's just there are places in the body that people tend to stop the energy. And this is a great arthritis prevention, by the way. This is very, very good for fibromyalgia. It's good for any kind of chronic illness. If you're just starting to get sick, if you're just starting to not feel good, or just starting to get the flu or a cold, go outside in the air and do this exercise. If you're gonna do it with me, you'll have to do it in here with everybody else. But I'm telling you, it's one to do outside alone. Okay, here we go. You're gonna rub your. Anybody want to do it with us? Do it. If anybody wants to get to the
stand up and
edges, yeah. Okay, you're gonna rub your hands together and shake them off, and put your hands on your thighs. Okay, with your fingers spread, and take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your mouth. Now take another deep breath in and bring your hands together in a kind of prayerful position. Now you're going to reach up to the heavens and down to the earth. Flatten your hands, take a deep breath in, and hold your breath. You're going to go like this. And you're going to look up. One hand up, one hand down. This one goes all the way down, right. And flatten this way. That's right. And look up. And when you don't want to hold your breath anymore, let your breath out and come back down. Now go up the other way. And let go. Now go up the other way. Now you're putting a real stretch on you. You're kind of making like an Egyptian. And up the other way. And this time, when you're ready to let go, let your breath out, fold your body over. You can sit in your chairs now and just hang. And take a couple of deep breaths. I'm going to have you just roll your hands toward your body, Just roll them like this. Roll your hands all the way up. Da-da! Okay, you can all sit down, and I'm going to show you what happened. So I'm going to lay my finger right next to her neck now, and it moves. I'm going to hold her elbow over here, and it holds. At her wrist, at her waist, at her knees, and at her ankles. All right. You're welcome. Okay. You know.
So again, a very simple exercise gets the energy flowing. That one's called separating heaven and earth, connecting heaven and earth.
Yeah. If you're somebody who works on people's bodies, or you have a practice, or even if it's not working on people's bodies, but you see people all day and you need to have some sort of break, this is a great one to do in between, especially if you think, God, I'm taking on a little bit of stuff. This one moves it out of your body real fast instead of getting it stuck in your body. Yeah. Okay. All right, let's see. Who else would like to come up? All right. I'm just looking at you. Okay, come on over here and turn this way. All right, Heather. Okay, Heather, I should have done, I was looking at you and knowing you could use this, but so could you. Is your name Peter? Uh-huh. Yeah, you could use this too, Peter. Okay? Okay, hold your arm real strong. Now I'm going to take my hand and I'm going to lay it right next to her ears like this. It's probably 3 inches out, something like this. And on this side, the same way. My hand is just out to about this far, and I'm testing. Now, what that means is, now if I don't put my hands near her ears, she's fine. But something happens when my hands get near her ears, and it means that her ears can't take in much more. It's like it starts getting to be overwhelmed, that you have too much information coming in and you're losing too much of the earlier stuff, and your brain says enough already and it's time to, so here I'm going to give you a way so you can stay for the rest of the evening. Okay, you want to pull your ears out. Start at your lobes and literally pull them hard. And go up all the way around your ears, but especially at the bottom lobe. And the ears are not just about hearing. They pick up all the subtle vibrations of things being off. And your own back brain literally says, it's in your cerebellum, it'll literally say that it's too much now in your head, and you can't quite, make sense of it or learn from it. And this happens also with children in school, that they start checking out, and it has nothing to do with a behavior problem or anything else. It has to do with the back brain says, enough already. Okay, so pull your ears out, and now watch. All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, how's everybody doing? Okay. All right, let's see. How about let's do surrogate testing? Okay, I want maybe a couple. I want a couple. It can be male, female. Okay, he's already up. All right. Right, hi. Okay, now I want you standing here and you standing here. And, all right, you can be right next to each other, but don't touch. And how do you say? Joanna and Craig. All right. So what I'm going to do, Joanna, is I'm going to test you and see how strong you are. This is... That's weak, okay? And Craig is very strong. So they're going to hold hands now.
Weakly.
And now Craig is very weak. And Joanna is strong. And that happens in our relationships, in all of our relationships. I mean, have you ever had the experience of you don't know what happened to your energy? Well, energy it literally will take from a person who has a lot of energy and give to somebody that has less. That it's a way the body tries to balance out. That can be deadly in relationships at times, That one of David's and my favorite thing is we like to teach relationship workshops, just showing the energy between couples and what you can do for that, because so often it has nothing to do with all the incompatible reasons. It's often just an energy thing. So again, now they're not touching now, so they didn't hold hands very long, so she's nice and weak again. And he's strong. But if they held hands for a long time, she'll start getting more and more energy. Now, if he's really vastly, energetic, he's not going to feel too much of a change, but he could. We've all had that experience. Or likewise, somebody can give you energy and it feels good. But what you want is to have the energy not be taken from the person who doesn't have, and the person who gets still needs to get it. So I'm going to show you, okay? All right, so I'm going to do it right in between you two. The first things that we showed you were K27, breathe and tap, and then thump your thymus. These three together charge your batteries, okay? They really do. And again, notice on these spleen points, these are acupuncture points way to the side, and these are lymphatics in the front. So notice which ones bother you more, and stick with those, okay? Now, we're going to have them hold hands again, okay? Let's see, Joanna. All right. And all right. So if you want to pull it from the universe and get some juice that way and keep your own or help your partner too, these three together, K27, thumping your thymus, and spleen, you will start training your energy not to get wiped out if you're with somebody you love very much, but your energy is getting drained. So that's a good one. Okay, he's going to keep you up here for a minute.
There are two things that are implications of this that are very interesting. One is that often people see this demonstration, and it's sort of an anomaly of how energy travels, that you got weak and you got strong, that interchange, which is called surrogate test, and they think, oh no, another thing to worry about in choosing a partner, okay? But there's a different conclusion you can make. And the other conclusion, the better conclusion, is this underlines how valuable, how important it is to know some basic energy techniques so that when you see your partner, you see the person that you love is losing it, that you can help them to get their energy back. Because it's not only going to help them, it's going to help you. Because it comes back. We pay a lot of attention to that in our relationship. I know that Donna seems very sweet tonight. But if Donna is getting snarly, I have some choices at that moment. I can say, oh, God, there you go again. And you know how helpful that is. Or I can do something to get her energies back. I'll just show you as we're getting towards the end of the evening. We call it the up against the wall technique. And and so I'll just sit. We don't have a good wall here, but actually we do have a good wall here.
Okay.
So what you do is that there are neurolymphatic points here along the spine, and if you take your thumbs and put some pressure into these points, and you go down about half an inch, not on the spine, but on either side of the spine, and you just keep going down. You can put some pressure in. You can actually put in a little bit of aggression if you keep conscious about it. And by the time you get to the bottom, you can just sweep the energy off, and she is nice again. Okay, so that's one thing you can do, but there's another thing that is a little bit different, but it's very interesting because of this anomaly that when you're touching her and I test you, I find out what's going on in her. And so you can find out information about somebody that you can't muscle test. You can't energy test the person, such as an infant or a pet or somebody that's very, very sick. So, for instance, supposing, come on back out, supposing that you're the baby and you're the mom and you're not digesting something, but we don't know what it is that you're having trouble with. So we can take a food and we can put it into your energy field. Just put it on your body. And we can't say to the infant, okay, hold strong. But what we can do is put mom's hand anywhere on the infant while that food is there. And then I can test mom. And if mom stays strong, then that food probably isn't the culprit. But if mom goes weak, then we've got it. So it's a very useful application of this strange anomaly. So thank you very much, both of you.
This is a sacred path, a path that leads us inward to dance the sacred dance. This is a healing journey. We walk it one by one, each woman and each man alone, to the sound of the distant drum. This is a healing journey. It winds a stormy path through fear and joy and anger, sorrows from the past. This is a healing journey, and when the heart is clear, you can hear the winds that rustle as heaven's breath draws near. Breathe into the sorrow, breathe into the tears, breathe into the anger, breathe into the fear, breathe into the loneliness, breathe into the joy, breathe in with the breath of life, and let your heart take voice. This is a healing journey, from blindness into sight, through the valley of uncertainty, where darkness turns to light. This is a healing journey. It is the gift of nature's way to open up our hearts to see the scheme within the play. This is a healing journey.